Welcome to Ledger Shift AI. Okay, so you can't escape the buzz around AI in accounting, right? It's everywhere and not going anywhere. You hear these huge promises about a future where everything's automated, but you also hear a lot of nervousness about the role of humans, about what that actually means for jobs and the future of the accounting profession. It's confusing. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and lay out a clear roadmap for what an AI-driven accounting department looks like from the ground up. And there is an interesting quote from Phil Sharp, who just hits the nail on the head. This seems useful, but is it snake oil? It perfectly captures that skepticism that so many of us are feeling across the accounting profession. Is AI really going to be a game changer for how we work? Or is it just another tech buzzword? It's a totally fair question, and one we need to answer clearly and concisely, with cold, hard facts. Well, how about this for a fact? 41.27%. That's the projected annual growth for artificial intelligence in the accounting market. To put that in perspective, we're talking about a jump from around $4.7 billion in 2024 to over $26 billion by 2029. This isn't just hype. This is a market that is moving at lightning speed. Look, this revolution isn't something that's coming. It's already here and not going anywhere. What used to be a cruel piece of technology has now become an absolute strategic must-have for firms to move into the next decade. But the real question, the one we're going to dig into, is what this all actually means for the real people in these roles: the staff accountants, the controllers, and the chief financial officers. Okay, so here's our game plan we are going to follow. First, we'll gather the big picture on this AI revolution. Then, we're going to climb the corporate ladder by breaking down the specific roadmap and the risks for each job at every step. The corporate ladder by breaking down the specific roadmap and the risks for each job at every step. And finally, we'll piece it all together to see what these new human AI teams are really going to look like in day-to-day practice. All right, first up is the AI accounting revolution. This is about understanding the sheer scale and impact of what's happening right now. We are way past the let's experiment with it phase. Companies are now actively using AI to drive real competitive advantage. AI is no longer some side project for the IT department anymore. It has become a core business strategy that's changing the industry. And just look at how fast this is happening. That seems like overnight. According to the Future Ready Accountant report, shows AI adoption just exploded from only 9% in 2024 to 41% in 2025. I mean, that's not just growth, that's an explosion at more than quadrupling in a single year. This isn't just a slow-moving trend, it's a tidal wave coming our way at full force. So what does this actually look like for the folks on the ground? Let's start right on the front lines with the staff accountant. This is where the change is honestly the most dramatic. At the surface, creating what you could call the augmented accountant. So the key here is the shift in what you actually do all day. Think about the old way of doing things, right? It was all about repetitive, manual stuff, data entry, processing invoice after invoice, and bank reconciliations. But now, the job of the AI accountant is totally different. It's about being the manager of the machines that do all that work. You're now focused on AI oversight, handling the tricky exceptions the AI can't figure out, and validating the system. So this means you need a whole new toolbox of skills. Being a wizard who only understands spreadsheets isn't enough anymore. Now, along with your accounting knowledge, you need real data analysis skills and learn prompt engineering, which is just learning how to talk to an AI to get what you want. And you need system oversight skills. But maybe most importantly, you need the strategic mind to take what the AI finds and turn it into smart business actions. Okay, let's move up the ladder to the controller. Their job is changing into something more like an air traffic controller. They're sitting in this control tower, overseeing a really complex system of both human work and AI outputs to make sure the financial close is fast, accurate, and totally compliant. But here's the thing. With this new AI toolkit we're equipped with comes a really big, kind of scary challenge: the Blackbox Problem. So imagine an AI flags a weird transaction or spits out a forecast full of errors. With some of these complex systems, it can be almost impossible to explain exactly how it made that decision. And that lack of transparency, it's a huge problem. It kills trust and can turn an audit into an absolute nightmare. And for a controller, this is a nightmare scenario. Your entire job is to guarantee the integrity of the numbers. If you can't show a clear step-by-step audit trail for how you got to a number, you're going to have a really bad time with regulators. It's really that simple. So, what's on the controller's plate? Well, their roadmap is all about tackling these huge hurdles. First, they have to make sure every AI output follows the rules, like GAAP and IFRS. Second, they have to obsess over data quality, because we all know garbage in, garbage out. Third, controllers got to find a way to crack open that black box so they can explain everything for audits. And on top of all that, they have the endless job of training their teams on tools that seem to change every other week. And that brings us all the way to the top of the food chain and talk about the chief financial officer. At this level, AI is causing this fundamental shift away from just reporting on what happened last quarter to actually shaping what's going to happen next quarter. The role is becoming one of strategic command. This quote from ClickUp CFO Dan Zhang, it reframes everything. He says, if we only measure AI by the hours it saves, we are missing the entire point. We miss its real value, which is improving the quality of our work and giving us brand new capabilities. So CFOs need a totally new way to think about the value of AI. It's not just about efficiency, doing things faster. It's also about quality. Are we truly elevating our output, delivering sharper insights, and doing things better with fewer mistakes? And maybe the most exciting part is about unlocking entirely new capabilities across the business. Are we now doing things we literally could not do before, like continuous real-time audits or predictive forecasting? And a huge piece of this new strategic job is governance. The CFO is now responsible for massive company-wide risks. I'm talking about data security, which is obviously huge. Then there's the ethical minefield of biased algorithms. And of course, managing the human side of all this change. The CFO has to build the rules and frameworks. Okay, so we've walked up the ladder from the staff accountant to the chief financial officer. What's the big picture here? What does the accounting department of the future actually look like? It's not a room full of robots. It's a team powered by intelligent systems. It's a department of super collaborative human AI teams, where both are playing to their unique strengths. And this is maybe the single most important thing to understand. The future isn't about replacement, it's about augmentation. AI is an incredible tool that is amazing at repetitive, data-heavy work and frees up human professionals and to focus on things we're best at, using our judgment, understanding complex situations, and building relationships. And listen, this is not some far-off science fiction future. The timeline here is right around the corner. Here in 2026, AI-powered predictive analytics is becoming the new standard for how decisions get made. By 2027, a staggering 80% of routine accounting tasks are expected to be automated. And by 2035, it's likely that you'll probably see a whole new job title everywhere, the AI accounting specialist. So you can see the path forward, right? The accounting profession isn't going away, it's just being re-engineered. And that leaves us all with one final pretty important question. Are you prepared to be an AI augmenter? Please help us grow this channel. Like and subscribe to LedgerShift AI. Thanks for watching.